let's talk a little bit about Salem's Lot, the Train to Busan remake, and some Scream 6 news. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Allow Pennywise to dance you now.
We're gonna get you. Oh, not on the beat!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking a little bit about Salem's Lot, the Train to Busan remake, the Orphan prequel, and Scream 6. Holy crap, that's a lot of stories right there. Now before we get into this, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content coming your way almost daily at this point. So getting into some news about the Salem's Lot remake. We recently had it confirmed that this movie is going to be taking place in 1975, the same year that Stephen King's original novel came out. Now in the same little span of time, we also got the news that the film is going to be delayed from its September 9th original release date of this year to August 21st of next year, which is like really shocking and surprising and starting to scare fans. A lot of people are scared that maybe like there was some test screenings that went wrong and people are like, oh man, maybe this movie just totally sucks. I don't think that's the case. We have Gary Dauberman writing and directing the flick, who also helped write the screenplay for It, which is like the most successful horror movie of all time. I don't think that this movie's going to be bad. We have James Wan producing with his company Atomic Monster, and if the situation is something is like not great about the film and they want to correct it, that's why the release date is being pushed all the way to April of next year. They're trying to fix it. I mean, this is probably the best thing that could happen if this movie sucks as of right now. They're trying to fix it, and they're going to delay the release to April of next year when it's a better film at that point. They're going to spend more time on it to make it better, and they're changing the release date, sure. Then that's probably going to hurt the film a little bit because we've kind of already gotten some hype for it right now. No marketing has started, thank God. But I feel like this is ultimately the best case scenario for people who want a good remake of this flick. If your film sucks, if you made something that absolutely blows wieners, what's the best case scenario here? Is delay the film, fix it, make it look better, and then have it come out in April. I think this is the best case scenario for people who want a good remake of Salem's Lot. I mean, remember what they did with the Sonic movie? That trailer was awful the first time we saw it. I thought that movie was gonna suck. Then they fixed it, they made Sonic look like Sonic and not the rat creature that he was before, and guess what? That movie's super successful, kicks ass, and the sequel was also pretty solid. So I'm rooting for this movie through and through. I hope it's great, and I hope if there's something wrong with it, or if there's just something with the release schedule that they don't like, and I just hope they fix that, and I hope it's great. This perfectly leads into our next story, talking a little bit about the Train to Busan remake, which was supposed to come out on April 21st of next year, also by Warner Bros. But Warner Bros. Has actually issued a little statement about that, saying, Warner's is temporarily undating New Line's zombie movie The Last Train to New York, previously on April 21st of next year. Now it's probably coming out sometime later in the year. I would guess maybe like late July, early August. There is no release date at this time, but we'll probably get some kind of announcement about that soon. Oddly enough, this film is also coming from James Wan's Atomic Monster and was written by Gary Dauberman, but directed by one of my favorite up-and-coming horror directors, Timo Tjahjanto, who did that crazy Tetsuo the Iron Man style skit in VHS 94, which I absolutely loved. I'll be completely honest, I'm seeing this film because James Wan, Gary Dauberman, and Timo Tjahjanto are involved, but I'm really just not excited for it. I don't think that a remake of Train to Busan is super necessary, especially one where it seems like the only big differences are the fact that it's going to be in English this time around and take place in America. I'm just not the biggest fan of when American studios like this take some kind of foreign horror movie that was super successful and just remake it in English. Like, that's the only big change. The most egregious example of this is Quarantine, which you might not know this. That 2008 flick is a remake of one of the best zombie movies ever made, Wreck, or Record, whatever you want to call it. It just has REC on the title, so I always call it Wreck, but you could call it Record too. That movie is so perfect and just an amazing found footage flick. Not only is it one of my favorite found footage movies, it's one of my favorite zombie movies too. Highly recommend it, check it out. Don't watch Quarantine because it's a shot-for-shot remake in English. That's all it is, and it's not good. I think the original is so much better and so much cooler. It's just a million times better movie. Highly recommend that. But I just don't like when American studios do this because they don't change anything. They just remake it in English. Just go watch those other movies with subtitles on. They're so much better. And I'm very worried about this movie for that reason. Everything about this flick is screaming that type of remake, and I'm really scared about it, man. I love Timo Tjahjanto. I love James Wan. I'm just scared that this movie is not going to be all that great. I don't really know what you could change about Train to Busan to make it better. I really think that it's one of the best zombie movies ever made. It's emotional, it's scary, it's terrifying, it has really bloody, gory kills. I don't know, man. I think it's perfect. I don't think it needs a remake this soon. Maybe in like 10 more years. Okay, do something else with that IP, sure. If an American studio wants to do something with it then. But this comes off as a quarantine situation to me, and that's why I'm kind of scared about it. I'll still be checking it out though in 2023. Whenever it comes out. And now talking a little bit about Orphan First Kill in an update that's much more positive than my last one. But we recently had it confirmed from Esther herself, Isabel Furman, who confirmed on her Instagram story that like there is a Orphan First Kill trailer and that it's coming sometime soon. This is very exciting for fans who have had little to no update about it in the past like 4 or 5 months, where there just really hasn't been anything said about it. Who knows what's going on? William Brent Bell, the director of the film, even posted a picture recently with a mask that said like Esther or Orphan or something on it. So we are getting a little update on this new Esther flick sometime soon. Just stay patient, my dudes. And then finally, for a little Scream 6 update, talking about Neve Campbell, there's been so much rumors, so much drama centered around her right now because of her not coming back for Scream 6 as Sidney Prescott. There's been a bunch of rumors lately saying that there's some kind of secret contract, some kind of secret negotiations going on with her, that maybe they're going to get her in a cameo role in Scream 6 that will lead into a bigger role in Scream 7. But recently at Mad Monster, Neve Campbell has denied all of those rumors, said none of that is true, and she says it in a way that is so much different than the Spider-Man situation, which let's compare it to that for just a moment. Remember in the time before we saw Spider-Man No Way Home, there was all those interviews with Andrew Garfield, and there was those videos of Tobey Maguire in like Central Park or whatever, where he's asked about if he's going to be in the new Spider-Man film, and he totally denies it. Well, both of them do it in a way where it's almost like a tease. It's almost like they're sarcastically saying like, no, definitely not in the flip. Definitely not in it. Nope, not me. I'm not going to be in it. No way. They both have that sarcastic edge to it, and that's why a lot of us were speculating, oh yeah, they're definitely in it. That was before all the leaked pictures came out, of course. But now, with the Neve Campbell situation, this is just so much more different to me. Immediately when the word Scream is brought up by this interviewer, her face, like, just totally turns down. She goes like this, just like that, doesn't want to hear it, doesn't want to talk about it, not interested. She has probably been asked by fans 1,000 times at this point if she's going to be involved in Scream 6, and I bet she's probably not. This is why she would have that reaction. If she did sign some kind of NDA, and she was in the flick, and they paid her the right amount of money, and she was super excited about it, she probably would have talked about this a little more. Yes, she would probably say no, like, nope, not in the film, totally not, but she would have been a little more excited about it, I think, if she was going to play some kind of cameo role in this. That would lead into like a cliffhanger that would lead into her having a bigger part in 7. I don't think she would have this reaction if she was actually in the flick. I have some of my buddies and viewer Anon who have said like, oh yeah, something is totally going on behind the scenes, but I'm starting to feel like maybe that's not the case. I'm sure the studio tried to reach out to her again, especially after all of these fans have come out of the woodwork saying like, no way am I seeing Scream 6 without Neve Campbell, just wouldn't work without her, but I just don't think that she's actually signed some kind of contract. I don't think she's going to be in Scream 6. What do you guys think about all these updates though? Was anything super exciting to you or super depressing? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching this new update video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content in the future. Also, if you want to support this channel further, make sure to support me on Patreon or become a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.